I'm gonna have to make a bunch of sandwiches and then eat them all. It's gonna be awesome. 60
Fat and
FPS is
happy.
perfect, and 120 is even better. I can clearly see the difference, but I've trained gamer. You're a trained gamer. Okay, so we're gonna have to spend some time, a little more time, looking at this. But let me ask you another question. Do you think that your eyes can get better and see faster if you're a trained gamer? I've been thinking about this. Do you think that your eyes, let's put it this way, since you guys have been gaming probably your whole life, I know that I have, do you think your eyes can see faster than somebody who doesn't play games, somebody who's naive to games, and maybe they're just as old as you, but they never played games. They just watch shitty 24 FPS TV all day long. What do you guys think? Panda Sweet is here. What's up?
So wait, what are we trying to
The question
determine?
is, the question is, do you think that if you're a gamer, do you think you can see faster than somebody who doesn't game and maybe they just watch TV, but they don't have a high performance rig, like a fast monitor and
Well,
competitive. They're not a competitive gamer and they don't have that stuff. Do you think your eyes can get to train to see faster at a higher FPS than somebody who doesn't do
I
that?
actually have experience in this manner actually because I was wearing glasses since I was 2 years old, right? And so I actually went and got LASIK done,
Uh huh.
and because of that, I have 20/20 vision now. Actually, I have 20/15 vision now, but eventually the muscles in my eye will weaken. Like if you imagine, regular muscles, you can strengthen them and you can keep them strong, but the muscles in your eye can't. Technically, you can strengthen them to a point, and then eventually, no matter what you do, they will deteriorate. That's why most people end up wearing glasses because they start to sag, basically. So in your prime, I can understand you getting to a point where you can be really, really fast and you get used to it. So you do train your eye and strengthen them, but eventually you're going to fall off regardless.
Okay. So that's a good point. Here's something I do know. I don't know the answer to that question. Let's see what other people say. Nexius is here. He's chiming in on this. Nerdfix is here. Mowdy is here. I think games you learn what to see, not a better vision. Okay, I think that's absolutely right. So you learn how to compensate, basically, but you don't necessarily have better vision. Okay, well here's something interesting that I learned in anatomy and physiology. I actually taught anatomy and physiology at the college level, and one of the things that I taught the students and that I kind of learned myself when I was teaching was that that you actually when you exercise, right, you get stronger, right, you get your muscles get larger, you get a lot stronger. One of the things that also changes is your bones get can actually grow and get denser and stronger, and that's just because of like impact when you're working out and stuff. A gymnast's bones are going to be a lot different than somebody who was not a gymnast. So I think that
Very
it
much
can be
so.
trained. I think our eyes will definitely, just going based on the fact that the body can adjust. Gaming is like athletics. It is basically athletics in my mind, and I think we train our brain and our eyes. Everything that has to do with competitive gaming, we can train. That means hand-eye coordination, your perception of changes on the screen. So you're gonna have to, train your eye to really maximize your perception of changes going on, and then just instinct. Your brain has to, when something changes in the game, you have to be able to adjust to those dynamics. So yeah, I don't know. I think that we really better alertness, says Hot Jim. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can train it, but how much? I want to know how they measure this, and that's what we're looking for in the scientific literature. This one might actually have something, but it's not going to let me download it. Let's see if it lets me download it. That'd be really cool. Oh no, it's going to try to get me to pay. All right. So who wants to Who likes gaming at 24 FPS?
Yeah, no,
No one.
no, at least 30.
No. And I want to add something else too, because 24 FPS, the thought of that makes me so mad. I'm also going to say, fuck you to 24 FPS. It's an old standard. We don't like it. Nobody wants it anymore.
Yeah, it's being dwelled out. It's still used as one of the main transfers for like movies and things like that, but it's being put in the past, as it were.
Nerdfix refuses to play games at anything below 30 or 40. Good call, man. Death says, I think gamers can see more information in a scene as normal people because if you play games, there's so much more information. I definitely agree. I think that gamers are going to be hyper aware of what's going on in the stream, and people that don't normally game are probably not going to see all the things that a gamer would see and catch on to. And that's just based on learning. I don't know if it's so much based on the actual perception of the eye, but I think it might a little bit. I think it might. They're your neurons. You might be able to train them. I don't know how you do it, but I think there's probably some training going on there to get them to communicate in sync. So yeah, I'm going to just go out there and I'm going to bet.
That if you can't relate them between gaming monitors or what you use for gaming and what's used on the TV to create movies and stuff, because it's actually completely different.
Yeah. Hey, this is cool. Volchan found a cool website called humanbenchmark.com. What is this?
5 tries. Give
A
it
simple tool to measure your reaction time. Wait for green. What do I do? Do I click it?
Just click as soon as green pops up.
232 milliseconds. Oh, man. I suck.
Dude, my first
Okay, let
one
me try it
is-
again. I'm really slow. 215? Okay, that's the average. The average median reaction time is 215. So it looks like I'm just average as shit. But it's getting better, though. Maybe I can get even better. 196. I'm getting better and better and better. Look at this. Like by a lot. By a huge margin. I might even get better and better. Now I'm even streaming, talking and shit at the same time. Okay, that one was slower because it's talking. But I bet if you're really quiet and you hold your breath. Watch, I'm going to hold my breath. Nope. I suck. All right, let's see what the data is looking like. Clicks faster than 100 milliseconds. Oh, it doesn't go faster than 100 milliseconds. This is the... Oh, does it? Maybe it does. Here's the median. Some people... What? 10 milliseconds. You have to guess that. That's bullshit. So it looks like it's... The median is up here somewhere between like 220 and 250. That's really cool. I like this, man. Time waited before green light. What does this mean? Time waited before green light. Average reaction time. So that's, the before the green light comes on might play into it. I think they're trying to prove that within this margin, the time that you wait doesn't have an impact unless it happens right away. So that waiting time can play a role if it's not very long. That's interesting. Reaction times by day of the week. So it looks like they're a little bit faster on Saturdays. What's today? Today is Thursday. All right. It's getting better at the end of the week. Reaction times by time of day.
Monday.
That's interesting. Reaction times by month. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Whoa. There's... The fuck? Reaction times by month? They're getting higher. Guys, we're getting slower. We're getting slower. Look at this. When they started running this test, it was 230 and it's getting higher. Now it's 260. What does that mean? The zombie apocalypse is coming. We're getting slower. Oh no. Or what if the internet is getting slower? Because one of my ideas, okay, this is off topic and it's a little bit philosophical, but let's open our minds a little bit to some insanity. I believe that there's a chance, I'm not saying this is for sure, I just believe there's a chance that the rules of physics and the rules of the universe will change. Like gravity is supposed to be a constant and it never changes. I think that gravity and time can actually change. So, you can't believe anything is for sure. Like this right here. Is our reaction times changing, or maybe just the speed of light is actually changing? I don't know. They didn't test that. If they didn't test that, and they can't say that's not true. All right, here, I'm going to go one more. I have a good feeling. Oh, fuck, 206. Man, I suck. What is your guys' scores? But this is better than the average, at least.
My average is 266.
266? Okay, but you know what? Computer lag can also play into this, like Flash. This is obviously a Flash app. So does it account for like Flash app? Hey, maybe Flash is the latest updates of Flash suck. And that's why the reaction times are getting higher.
We're really testing Flash. We're not actually.
Oh, 194. All right. I like this. Thank you, Volchan, for showing me this website. This was really badass. I had a lot of fun. Here's some suggestions on how to improve your reaction time. Oh, I got a subscriber. Crowd Control just subscribed. Right on, Crowd Control. Let's everybody raise your glasses up and let's give Crowd Control a cheers and welcome him to the family. Welcome to the team, my friend. You know how we do it on the Psynaps stream. Fill up your glass with your favorite beverage. It doesn't have to be something too strong. And, you know, it could be whatever it is you're drinking, like an energy drink or an iced tea. Perhaps you're drinking some coffee, or if you're like me, you might be drinking some whiskey. I mean, editing potion made by wizards. So cheers, man. I've got one more thing for you. I'm knighting all the new subs. The new subs, new and old subs. So let me go grab the great sword. All right, man. I dub thee Crowd Control Knight of the Psynaps Roundtable. Cheers, man. Thanks for the sub.
So, you just knighted him with a very sharp penis. Just saying.
All right.
So, what else can we say about frames per second?
Well, I got some very important things about frames per second, and it has to do with video editing. So I think that we prefer, you know, this is it's an old standard. Let me fill this in really quick. Just for this part of the segment. And 30 FPS used to be the YouTube standard. And let me put it like this. This one is good for video. You know, 30 FPS still looks good for video, guys. I'm going to build a case that we like 60. But 30, they used to say about 24 FPS. They're like, 24, it looks okay, you know, it's good. It gives you that feel, that cinema feeling. 24 FPS to the traditional cinema guys. Let's call them what would you call them? The extremists or the whatever, the old schoolers. They think that 24 FPS, that shit look, is a cinema look. And they're like, and they love it. They're in love with that, with the way that kind of, you know, cinema look is. But I hate it. You know, I think it's shit. So 30 FPS, I'm saying let me just say it's okay for video, because I think it's come a long way. It's better, at least, than 24. Better than 24, but it's bad for games. All right, let's make that point.
Is this that cut
Thanks
in
for the
half
follows, guys.
conversation? This is that cut in half conversation for slow-mo, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. Let me just fix this. I'm going to capital this. Bad for games. Okay, 30 FPS. If you game at 30 FPS, it's not going to kill you, but it's not as good as 60 FPS. 60 FPS is much better for games. Better for games,